to my channel. I am Katia Valino. I am a beauty and lifestyle blogger. Just in case you're coming across my channel for the first time, I live in Toronto, Canada. I am vacationing in my homeland, Nigeria, direct from Abuja. And I have a beautiful lady here, NK. Beautiful. NK is a lawyer and an entrepreneur. And today, NK will be sharing her life story, but I'm going to give you a little bit of synopsis before I ask her the questions. NK is married or was married. She was married. She's married with one child, and the husband, their housemaid, mates,
he was having
an affair
with my nanny.
Okay, so the husband was having an affair with the nanny, both the first nanny and the second nanny. So NK, people will be hearing from you directly.
Okay.
So your husband was having or had an affair with two of your house helps,
Yes.
your maids.
Yes.
And how did that happen?
I was pregnant. I was 4 or 5 months pregnant for my daughter, and I had this house girl. She was helping me out with house chores and stuff. And I found out that he was having an affair with this girl. The girl actually even had a recording of his conversation with her, and all the promises. I'm gonna do this. I'll do that for you. Keep it a secret. And open your legs. And you're starving me of sex. All of that in the recording and forwarded to me. And and I was so devastated when I was pregnant for my baby, and it was horrible. I didn't even know how I got out of it, and after that I had my baby. And after I had my baby, I was employing older women nannies as nannies basically, and it got to a point when I had issues with the last one. A friend of mine was relocating to London, and she was like, "Oh, why don't you take my nanny? She's good, she's that." And I asked her, "How old is this nanny?" She said the nanny was 25. I said, No. I don't want a young nanny. I didn't want to tell my friend the reason why I didn't want a young nanny in my house. And she was like, "This girl is good and this and that."
She convinced you?
Yeah, she convinced me. And in fairness, the girl is good. She was good. She loves babies. She takes care of babies very well. And I ended up employing her because I was like, I needed a nanny. I was like 3 weeks without a nanny. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do much. Taking care of my baby. My baby then was 7 months. So I employed this girl. She started work, and into the process, I realized again that something was going on.
This
in
is the
house.
second nanny.
Yeah,
The second nanny.
I realized again that something was going on.
Sorry
in
to
the house.
cut you off. How did you realize? How did you find out?
Initially, when this girl just resumed work, she would prostrate and greet the man properly. And in some weeks, into a month, to get into 2 months, I realized that she would just walk past.
The
Sometimes,
attitude changes.
Reluctantly, she would not even bother to greet him, and sometimes reluctantly she would greet, but in a very shabby reluctant way. And even sometimes the man would reply or respond, in a reluctant way. Sometimes he may not even respond. And I called her. I went into the room and asked her, "What's going on? Are you having issues with this man? Why are you not greeting this man well?
Giving him the respect.
Giving him attitude and stuff?" And she said, "No, nothing. She's probably scared. She wouldn't want to come out to tell me what's going on, And over the course of time, I observed that there was something going on in the house. I would agree to meet up with him, and in town, and then we would drive back home because we're living a bit far off town. And this man would go home. He wouldn't even call me, and I would call him. He wouldn't even pick his call. He would
Like,
tell me,
sorry, do you mean like go home from work?
work, yeah.
So two of you are supposed to
So
come
meet
home together
and he
and
would
come
go
home.
He
Okay.
would go home, and he wouldn't even
Tell
me that he's going. He would say, "Oh, I didn't understand. You say you wanted us to meet to then drive home together. Meanwhile, this is what we used to do. This was what we used to do, previously." And he would go home. I would be calling him. He wouldn't even pick my call. He would say, "Oh, I left my phone in the car. Oh, the phone is over on the table, and I didn't hear the phone ring. Oh, I didn't bother to check who was calling."
Giving you flimsy excuses.
And I told this girl, because I warned her, and I told her, each time this man comes home and I'm not at home, call me on the phone. She did that first time, second time, and after that, she never did that anymore. And I observed the way things were going on in the house. Sometimes I could go to some places with the baby and this nanny, and I wouldn't even tell my husband where I went, and somehow you get to know the places where we went to, and I began to, read one or two to suspect, and realize that he is having an affair with this same girl again. So I decided to send the girl away, because I wouldn't want a situation whereby I would be under my roof, this girl would get pregnant. So.
Because I listened to the tape. Guys, the tape will break your heart. I listened to the tape where he was telling the girl that the girl is starving him of sex, and he promised the girl that he was going away, he was going on abroad, that if the girl give him sex, that he's going to satisfy her in a monetary way, like buy her stuff, shower her with gifts and stuff like that. So it's been going on and off. How long did you think that this took place in your house? And this guys was going on in the same bed that you and your husband spend or sleep together. So your man was sleeping in the same bed with your house girl under the same roof. How long did this thing happen? How long did you think that it went on in your house?
Okay, the first one,
the first house girl.
Yeah, it went on for like 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, in the first month, initially when I just employed her, the second week, she came up with this excuse that I want to go home. My grandmom is sick. And I told her, you just resumed work and you want to go home to just barely 2 weeks of resuming work. You want to go home, you want to go see your grandmother. What's happening? She didn't want to tell me anything. It was after she left. She told me that was why she wanted to go. She just wanted to resign from the work, because the very first week she resumed the work, the man started,
touching her, harassing
sexually,
So she had to quit.
So she had to quit like 3 months after. And then the second nanny, I employed her in May. I sacked her like in August.
Okay, so what I want to know, and what the audience want to know, how did you come across that tape? Did you tell this lady, this maid, to video everything, or
I
to
didn't
tape
tell her. I didn't even know what was going on.
She just taped that?
She's recorded. She said she told her friends that the man of the house was harassing her, So her friends told her that since you said this, your madam is very good to you and all of that, to make sure you don't sleep, with the husband and stuff. Just make sure you try to put everything on record, because the man may deny tomorrow that he never did this. And if you have the recording, it's a good proof of what you're saying. And she said that was what made her to record the man, but the man didn't know that he was put on record. So she recorded everything and she forwarded it to me on my WhatsApp.
How did you feel when you received this thing?
Oh my God, I was devastated. I was 4-5 months pregnant. I was devastated. I can't just explain how I felt.
I can imagine. Can you imagine?
I broke down completely.
Hearing your man on a tape having a sexual affair with another woman, not alone.
Not just another woman, my house girl.
Your house girl in your matrimonial home on the same bed, videotaped and sent to you. Guys, I need your help here. What will you do? Because I know that you, if you follow me, you know that I talk a lot about this kind of issues, especially on Sundays. Please let me know what you think. So NK, did you try to get any, because I know it's not really only devastated, breaking down. I think that you need a lot of psychological and mental
Seriously.
and emotional help.
Seriously.
Did you try to get any help? But before we even get to that, where is the man today and what did you do to this man?
I didn't do anything. I just let him go. I only just asked him not to just stay away from me, to just stay away. If he wants to see his child, I make arrangement for that. He gives me notice, and then I get the child across
Get your
to
baby
him,
across
to him through my mom. That's it. I don't want to see him. I don't want to have anything to do with him anymore. So that's just.
So you are completely shattered mentally and emotional. Is there anything that you're doing right now that is trying to help you gain your strength back, like counseling, like church? I know that people in this part of the world pray a lot, go to church a lot. So what do? How are you trying to pick your broken pieces together? And I am meant to understand that your mother is right now at home with you, living with you, helping you to raise your 1 year old or 8 months
1 year old.
1 year old baby right now. What steps have you taken to rebuild yourself and to gain that emotional and emotional help? Because it's not really about physical help, emotional and mental help. What steps have you taken?
Well, my mom is there. She's doing all her best to be there for me, be there for my child. She's doing her best. I am also trying to be strong for my child, because I know she needs me. So I'm trying to be strong for her. I'm trying to be that strong woman she's going to be looking up to. She's going to be learning from. So I have to be strong for her. And I look up to God as well.
And I think the most help you're getting right now is sharing your story to the world.
Yeah.
Because the world
encourage
is
someone out there. Because I know people go through stuff. Some may have gone through what I'm going through. And I just want them to know that they are not in it alone. They just have to be strong and look up to God. Most important.
If there is something that you want to tell people who are constrained in having house help, because here in Nigeria, I am meant to understand that it's a lot of people cannot do it without maid or driver or chauffeur. They need help. They need labor. They need domestic help. In your own word, what are the 2 things that you want to share with people who are looking for domestic helps, like maids, bringing maids, younger maids or older maids or house help into your household? If there is something or a word or 2 that you want to tell them, what will you tell them about your story, what you learned from your story?
Well, I would tell them to make, when they're employing someone, they should do a proper check. And not just a proper check, they should also put their eyes on ground to know what is going on in their house when they are not around. This even made me to take the extra measure of installing this CCTV cameras in my house.
Surveillance camera,
cameras.
all corners of your house.
And I have the app to have it on my phone. So right here, while I'm here, I could also watch my house and what is going on
in
my
every
phone,
corner of your house.
every corner of my house, to know what's going on in my house. So these are the measures I've put in place to put my house in check, know what's happening to my child and what's going on around my house, basically.
I'm telling you guys, NK is not an ordinary person. She is a professional woman. In case you missed that, she is a lawyer and an entrepreneur. And I'm telling you that it could happen to anybody. It could just happen to anybody. She needs your help to make her get stronger. If you have any advice, if you have been through something like this before, please share your thoughts and share your opinion and your own advice at the bottom of this video. NK, I am so happy that you are able to share this story with me, because let me tell you, Nigerians, black people, they don't share. We don't share. So if she's here to lend her voice to you people, she deserves a lot of kudos. Thank you so much. And
Thank you. It's my
oh
pleasure.
my God!
Thank you so much.
Yes, you will heal. This is a healing process.
Yeah.
Telling your story, and just call me, please, if there is anything that, just talk to me. I am not a professional in marriage counseling and stuff like that, but at least I can tender my own advice and stuff like that. So once shy, how do they say that?
Once bitten, twice shy.
Once beaten, once beaten, twice shy. It has happened to you once and twice, and I'm sure you are not going to let that happen again in your life. So guys, thank you for your time, and thank you so much for being attentive to this video. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Bye. Bye, NK. NK is also a designer. She sells men's stuff, just in case you're looking to buy something for your man or for your brother. Shut up. Thank you guys. Bye.